Let's hop straight into it. Game audio was a little bit funky today, so sorry about that. I'll just throw on some music for you guys. But here's the agenda. We're gonna build our house. We're gonna connect all of our builds together. We're gonna sort out our storage. We're gonna tame some dogs. And then lastly, we're gonna loot a mine shaft. So pretty big build today, but it should be pretty easy to take care of. As you can see, I'm just collecting all these jungle things. My bamboo, cocoa beans, melons, and some jungle wood in case we want to farm the beans. Let's check out what I've been doing off camera. A little bit of enchanting, trying to get some pretty good armor and good tools. Here I'll go ahead and rip a shovel and efficiency 4 on breaking 3, not bad. Here's the boots I've been working up to, my footy pajamas. No feather falling yet, but prot 4 on breaking 3 and depth strider. Look at the rest of my armor, prot 4 on everything except my pants. And with that shovel, we're finally insta-mining, so we're gonna go ahead and terraform and get this house started. So unfortunately, update 1.21.3 just came out, and so replay mod and shaders aren't available. I couldn't really do like a nice time lapse for this build, so what I did is I just went ahead and built the foundation. I threw out all the different walls that we're gonna have. So this is like the front porch area, and then around the corner here we have our smithing and like forging area. So a bit darker on the stones over there, and then it's gonna be outside. But yeah, that's the outline, and I'll keep you guys updated. Here we're just trying to decorate that smithing area. I went ahead and I put everything in, but now we're just gonna build like a little table for a workshop, and we're actually gonna put some armor on top of it and some storage underneath it. This is gonna be where we do all of our weapons, and then over here on this barrel we're gonna do our tools. And it's not gonna be finished yet, but I'm just trying to line it all up and plan out the guidelines for now. Also, sorry about my voice right now. If you guys know me in person, you probably think I'm acting, but I'm just so tired. Anyways, back to the actual content. I'm just gonna outline the roof. I gave you guys like the foundational outline, so this is gonna be the roofing outline. Nothing too crazy. I didn't miss my jump there. I just wanted to tactically relocate and show you guys that I got scaffolding. But yeah, this is gonna be the little porch roof, and this same roof style is gonna be used for pretty much all of the roofs. And I'll go ahead and hop down so we can take a look at this and make sure everything's straight. But yeah, that's looking pretty good to me. That's gonna be the overall roof shape. That's just gonna go to the main building, and then the main building is gonna have a similar roof on top of it. I'll go ahead and speed this up, but I just wanted you guys to get a general outline of what we're doing here. In the background right there on the floor, there's a little bit of a pond that we started shaping out. Unfortunately, we don't have any seagrass or kelp. I think it's kelp that you need, or any sea pickles. So that's not going to be decorated for a little while now. On the bright side, we have a ton to look forward to. A bunch of farms coming, probably get some totems soon. And speaking of totems, we finally got our first Pillager raid. So I'm going to go ahead and take these guys out. And I believe now you get ominous potions or ominous bottles. I'm not sure exactly what they're called. But that should be super cool. We can actually just control whenever we have our raid now, which will be nice. So I might go ahead and do just like a normal actual raid in the next episode, because there's a bunch of villages that we could try it out at. But here we go. Bad Omen 4, so it looks like there's tiers to that. I don't really know how it works, but that's okay. Let's go back to some roofing. As you guys can see, the block palette is going to be deep slate and dark oak, and then towards the top of the build we're actually going to switch over into spruce. So we're going to have some texturing, and we're going to play with the color palettes a little bit. Cutting in here to the kitchen, building it was super slow and erratic, so I didn't show you guys much of that, but I'm just going to go ahead and put the roof in right now and give you guys a general outline of how our kitchen looks. You guys can see in the front there's like smokers and furnaces and storage, and then in the back it's like our pantry area with all of our chests and our barrels. But now that the roof is in, this is kind of how it's going to feel. And we're going to do one more roof, because why not? I just put all the roofs back to back so you guys can really see the bones of this build. I wish I could have done a time lapse, but again, replay mod is not updated yet for this new patch, so that's going to have to wait for probably 1 or 2 more weeks after this. But here's the roof. I actually messed it up, so that's why I was breaking stuff. But if we hop down, I think I'm going to add one more stair to the top. And now let's go ahead and head down and take a peek at what we did. Just make sure everything's straight and looking good. Get rid of the scaffolding, and yeah, that looks pretty good to me. As you guys can see, it matches that porch shape, but I went ahead and did the rest of this roof off camera. I just mixed up the cobbled deep slate stairs, and I think it's the polished deep slate stairs. I forgot exactly what they're called, but their textures go together nicely. So I'll just go ahead and fill out this roof. And that's honestly going to wrap up most of the structure of this build. Nothing was too exciting. It's pretty much one big box with 2 little rectangles on either side, and then there's one tower, which you guys will see soon. But yeah, outlining the roof in these dark oak, and that's everything. Much more exciting, we're actually going to go ahead and get some puppies real quick. I had to run like 1,000 blocks to find any, but here's our first dog, and let's find our second dog. Gotta have to chase this one down. He doesn't want a bone yet. But there's our second dog, and I'm gonna actually dye this one's collar black. I killed some squid on the way here. Let's see, I'll have this one be the black one. And I totally forgot you can't dye with the ink sac, you actually have to make the black dye. But there we go, black one and a red one now. And let's head back home and start decorating. I threw about 5 armor stands around the bottom of the house here, so I'm going to have to make a bunch of armor just to decorate them. And fortunately, the strip mine gave us maybe 2 stacks of diamonds, so this was no problem at all. We're going to kit this guy up in diamond, and then some iron on the other one, and then I'm actually going to have to go and find some gold. I know we have a bunch of armor in the chests by the camp, because we were collecting some from the ruined portals that we found. So there's a bunch of gold over there, but we'll just get mostly diamond and a little bit of iron. I'm probably going to mix these up. I'm not really sure what's going to look good together, but I think that having some variety would be interesting and make the place just feel a little bit more alive. So this guy will have diamond drip and then probably gold helmet, gold shoes. I don't really know. I'm just kind of winging it, if I'm being honest. I'm not sure why I don't have any more iron breastplates and helmets, but I accidentally crafted pants when I meant to craft a breastplate, so I was a little bit tired, but that's okay. I'll go ahead and make the chest plate now, and I have the helmets, so here we go. Not all of them are going to have helmets and armor. Some of them are just going to be helmetless, which I think looks a little bit cooler. As you guys can see though, the storage area has come together pretty nicely by this point, and I'm honestly a fan of it. I definitely have too much storage, but that's always the right issue to have, because if I only put like that one section of chests over here, then I would probably run out pretty quickly. So I'm glad I have about 20 backup chests, and then I also have all that storage in the kitchen and the kitchen like prep area. But let's look at this bedroom here. I went ahead and just made like a random little bed. And then this design I actually saw on, I don't remember if it was on YouTube or just on the internet, but it's like a nice little closet slash display kind of thing. So I got the idea that we would do like a little trophy memorial type beat where I just have all the important stuff that I get throughout the series. Like, I don't know, maybe my first armor, my first pickaxe that I crafted, just little stuff like that. But for now, let's just go ahead and build the thing. This is going to be a barrel with our first pickaxe, like I just said, and then I'm going to put an armor stand up on the right here, but first I'm going to separate it with some spruce trapdoors. I've never used so many spruce trapdoors as I did in this build. I don't know if it's because I'm getting older or if I'm just starting to realize that they're kind of goated, but just making like these little closet walls around everything looks so nice. And I actually want a half slab here, and then I'm going to put a lectern after I switch this armor over. So break that, place it over here, and then let's put the armor on it. And where's the rest? As you guys can see, my inventory is getting a little bit better finally. It helps that I have 50 chests right underneath me, but I'm pretty sure that's not going to be a problem anymore, and by the time it is a problem, I think we'll have shulker boxes, so it'll be okay. This is the bedroom pretty much complete. I'm going to add one more thing behind us here. I cut it out because it was a lot of running back and forth to get bookshelves, but this is just like a little library type of section, and if I end up using a book and quill, that's where I'm going to do it, but I don't really have too many plans for that yet. So I'm just going to go back to my spruce trapdoors and decorate the sides and the top of it. There we go. Perfect. And let's see, I forgot to put some campfires on this chimney earlier. Go ahead and do that now. I had so much resource gathering that I had to do. I gathered a lot of resources before I started building, but Some stuff like the bookshelves and the lecterns and the campfires, I ran out of coal for, or I ran out of books for, so a lot of back and forth between here and the camp. But I actually got a wandering trader, got a mangrove propagule. Not exactly sure how they work, but I also collected 2 leads. At this point, I think it's time to look for a mine shaft because I want some cobwebs. You guys will see why later, but I'll go ahead and cut ahead to when we find one. So I found a mine shaft, and it's honestly a super sketchy mine shaft. Like, everything is fall damage. If there's a sniper skeleton anywhere, I'm cooked. So I'm just gonna descend with some water and hopefully find some cobwebs pretty soon. I usually don't like the cave spider spawners, so I might run around, but I don't know yet. This is when I realized that a Silk Touch diamond hoe does not break cobwebs, and I didn't bring any shears. I thought that hoes kind of replaced shears recently, so I spent, I don't know, 20 seconds smacking this cobweb. Fully prepared to do this for every single cobweb that I saw, and then it didn't drop. So I ran around and I found some iron. I had to find some in a mine shaft cart, or mine cart. I don't know why I called it that. Found some in a mine cart. Broke this down so I could craft my crafting table. I was getting ready to smelt, but then I found this and some name tags, which was a pretty clutch. Took the coal with me, and then I made my shears and started collecting my cobwebs. So I'll go ahead and just kind of jump around through that. Nothing was really too exciting. I didn't find any chests around the cave spider spawners, so I don't know if I'm going to come back. I don't really need the string, but this guy tried to kill me. I don't think I've ever seen a creeper just camping like that. I don't know if it's something to do with the hitbox of the dripstone, but it acted like it didn't see me and it would just hide right there. I don't know, kind of weird. And here we have another little pillager guy, or raid captain, whatever you want to call it. This little raid party wanted the smoke, so of course I gave it to them. And I kind of just stopped using my shield. I realized that full prot 4, with the exception of my prot 3 pants, is pretty goated. So I just kind of ran at him and swung my sword, nothing too crazy. And yeah, I'm definitely going to get some totems soon. I just don't know if it'll be next episode or the episode after. And there goes that. That's for next time though. Right now, let's go ahead and look at the finalized build. This took a long time. You guys can see day 95 there. Not really day 95 because I've been sleeping a lot, but let's look at the playtime. 0.89 days, so just under 24 hours. I'm pretty sure 100 days of Minecraft is about 33 hours of playtime. But regardless, still a long time. So yeah, there's the smithing area. And here's this little path that goes back to the camp. Not a super special path. I haven't figured out exactly what I want to do with it yet, but here's the pond. I still need to get some kelp so I can make all those water source blocks. But yeah, let's look at this a little bit more intricately. I have my weapon area, and under here I have some weapons. My tool area, that's where I'm just storing a bunch of tools. And then I have my lava, my blast furnace, smithing table, grindstone, anvil. And these should be iron ore, but I don't have silk touch yet. So as soon as I get that, I will go ahead and replace that with iron ore. And then walking inside, we have the storage area. As you guys can see, I fully finalized this, and this is just straight through the front door. So most of these chests are empty, but the ones that are labeled with what they are. So I have, wait for it. I have my deep slate blocks, my stone blocks, my alternative stone blocks, my wood, decorative items, my farm plants. I have my decorative plants, my dirts, my clays. I don't really know what else to put with clay, so it's just in its own little spot. Passive mob drops, like the wool and the squid ink. My building things, like redstone and scaffolding and other things. My ores, my hostile mob drops, my like unique kind of drops. So my ominous banners and like my ominous bottles and all that stuff. Armor trims, etc. And then my nether blocks. And just around the corner here is where I'm keeping my precious diamondes. If we head through here, we're going to get to our kitchen. We have our fruit and our meat and eggs and mushrooms and all that stuff in here. And then in the back over here, I'll show you guys the fruit real quick. In the back, we actually have a special little item, 2 name tags. We're going to name our puppies. So if you guys already read those, it's okay. But the first one is going to be Aza. Hayes is my roommate. He's a legend. He's been helping me with editing, and I really couldn't have started this without him. And this second one is actually a commenter who was just really nice to me on my first and second video. And I don't know, I appreciated it, and I didn't want to forget that because it was really cool to have like uplifting comments on my videos that sucked. So as we get better, I just want to remember that people supported me at the start. If we go up this little tower here, there's like a lookout, nothing too crazy. And then up at the top is our new enchanting area. Moved this over from the camp, and then I have all my goodies in here that I want to enchant. Still trying to get that perfect armor, but if we look way down the path, we can see our old little camp. The camp's still there, but the enchanting table and setup is missing because I relocated it. But there's some other goodies over there now. We have a bamboo area that we started growing, and then right here next to the wheat, I have some bees, a little bee nest, and 2 bee hives. I haven't started breeding them too much, but I figured that would be useful for next episode when we actually just do all of our starter farms together. But for now, let's head upstairs and take a look at my bedroom. We have the bed and like the little book area. If I decide to use booking quills, which I don't really know if I will, that's where it's all going to be stored. And then the bed, nothing too crazy. And then the little Hall of Fame trophy area that I mentioned earlier. That's my first armor that I've ever worn. There's a little bit of durability taken off of it. We didn't really do much in that armor. We kind of got diamond quickly. But here's my first wooden pickaxe that I ever made, and that got our first stone. So all the special stuff we get is going to go here. The dragon egg, if I decide to put it here, it'll probably go right here. But I might make a different little area for that. We just have a little window, and then through the back we have a back porch or patio, whichever you might call it. Nothing too crazy. And then if we go up into the attic, this is actually what we needed the cobwebs for. Just kind of like a forgotten, derelict attic. Nothing too crazy, but yeah, there she is. I think it looks super nice, and there's just this little window. Tons of stuff we could build out there. This view could develop really nicely. Maybe we'll put some farms out there, maybe some other buildings, but I'm not too sure yet. But for now, let's actually just head down and let's go back to the camp just to see what changed around there. Again, this is the path that connects to our new house. This area right here, I might put farms, I might grow wheat. I'm not too sure yet. I could do a lot there. Let me know if you guys think I should do buildings versus farms. But yeah, pretty unknown. I can terraform it and do whatever. But yeah, most of this stayed pretty much the same. Here's the bees that I mentioned. I have some flowers there in case I might want to breed them, but I've just been gradually collecting some honey and some honeycomb. But I cleaned up a lot of this over here. The storage is now empty. I fully transferred it to the house, and I got rid of the random chests and items, but I left the camp, the crafting table, and all of the cows. The cows are still doing their thing, getting bread, getting me leather and food. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. Stay tuned for next episode. It's going to be fun. We're just going to build a whole bunch of farms, and yeah, take care, guys.